What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. And this is a banger, a must-watch, not just for FC players, but for all footy game and really any competitive game players. You see there, Anders Vejrgang having a ton of self-doubt. He has a team around him that is trying to boost him up, and he is going crazy, and it is because he is in a Bundesliga grand final to be the eBUNDESLIGA champion, and there is a ton of lag in the game. The same thing I've been making videos about, the same thing so many people have been talking about for years, but for some reason many of the biggest content creators don't talk about it, probably because of EA Sports. They got to stay on that good side. But I've wanted to make it a mission, a goal of mine to spread awareness of this because it drives people crazy. With me, I didn't know if it was where I lived, my internet, what it was. And when you're a big time gamer, especially a footy game player, and there's delay, I mean, I literally almost moved because of this. And fortunately, because Vejrgang is so good, he does not care. One thing he doesn't do is bite his tongue. He's done this before. He's talked about it in another world championship. And he is the best player in the world. And you will see how this game almost gets turned on its head because of delay. Now, another thing as we watch this, I want you to notice, he is literally, by he I mean Anders Vejrgang, is literally so much better than even other top pros. You see, this is the Bundesliga final, so his opponent, very good player. Anders Vejrgang's in the white, and when he gets the ball, you can see just the incredible touches. He makes the players just look different. Every single touch is something different, whether it's a ball roll, step overs, he's big on those, or even just this light little touches because of how good he is on the left stick. It's all just so much better. The players are so much lighter because of how good he is on the sticks, even than other pros. So I want you to see the difference when his players get the ball. Now watch this ball movement, all right? And just imagine, you see the drop frames. You see the drop frames, okay? And just imagine if you're that precise on the sticks. You see the movement, you see how he plays, and how bad delay could hurt you, right? So, of course, it's going to be tough. And you're talking the very best player in the world. Now, watch the difference. When the opponent gets the ball, very good, obviously. Great movement, right? If you play FC, you know. If you don't, you know, if you play eFootball and UFL, just by everybody's movement, you know, it's much more fluid. But just trust and believe that when Vejrgang in the white gets the ball, it's just that much prettier. Now, you see here, and then you'll see once he loses it, right? Because that's just the name of the game. It's going to happen no matter how good you are. These are both very good players. You see the difference? The dark team just moves heavier. And it's not because of the players, right? Vejrgang could control that dark team and literally have the players looking like ballerinas because he's that good on that left stick. Everything's so fluid. Not to mention when he's on defense, he is literally switching so fast. Now watch how he player switches. Look, he almost intercepted that. Every time the opponent is getting ready to make a pass, look, he's right on everything. He's so quick to player switch. I mean, I want to see a video where they just show how fast his hands are moving. I guarantee it wouldn't even look realistic. To have the players moving like they do, just every little touch is so fluid. In, out, left, right. So hard to guess what he's doing. And he's so quick to get shots off, so quick to get passes off. So, again, imagine a grand final. You're in the LAN event, right? You're sitting literally feet from your opponent, and you're still having delay. So why that is so important for me to point out, on top of just this incredible gameplay and how good he is on the sticks, don't beat yourself up over losses when, you know, you're facing lag, right? It is not on you. You just have to decide, is it worth putting up with, you know, because it drives people crazy. I know it drives me crazy when you're a competitor and you're better than someone at whatever you're competing at, in this case, football, and you can't win because there's literally so much delay. So in this case, Vejrgang obviously has to fight through it, and that's the route I take too. I love football games a lot. I'm not like a ton, right? A lot's an understatement. But Vejrgang obviously is playing for much, much more than just the love of the game. He's playing for a lot of money, which just puts even that much more pressure. So when I'm in these games, I try to do my best to battle the adversity. Sometimes it just can't be done, and other times it can. And another thing I wanted to point out, throughout this game, the opponent's parents, that's right, his parents are, and I'm sure there's family and friends there too, but his parents are on Anders Vejrgang's case, yapping at him. I guarantee you this was a planned thing because Anders Vejrgang is well known for getting sidetracked. He takes everything personal. This is somebody who has been abused online constantly because of his looks, and he absolutely takes it all in as fuel and turns it into just an absolute nightmare to play against, because not only is he amazing, but he is in your face the whole time. Literally, this is a face-to-face event. So when he scores, when he does anything good, even sometimes when he's not scoring, he's just playing good, he's talking, he's standing up, he's looking right at you, he's doing different movements, he's saying God knows what. I don't speak, obviously, I think it's German that he speaks, but I can just tell you that you can tell by the look on his face. It's not anything nice, put it that way. There he goes again and scores. Watch what I'm talking about here. This is a perfect example. Look, right at this ends up being the opponent's parents. You don't know until the end, and I'll show you that too, but I can tell you right now, look, if they step one more time, I'll scream them off. I can't take it serious. Now, I don't know the exact translation, but he's talking about how loud they're being. And then he looks at the camera like, oh, I'm about to say something I regret, or he just looks at the camera like, I don't give a shit. Whichever one, look at this. Extreme focus now. He scored 2 goals, but you also see something that I want to bring up because there's so much to unpack in this video. He has so much self-doubt at the same time. I mean, you will see it throughout. His teammates, right? His coaches and all, they're so important. Even though they're not playing, they're so important. Because not only does he get self-doubt very quickly, I'm going to lose, and get down. And you could see it affect him on the field. He starts playing a lot worse. But he also easily gets distracted whenever the crowd's talking, whenever people are talking trash, which happens all the time. And they keep him on the game. They keep him focused. They try to keep him positive. So they deserve a lot of credit too, which a lot of us don't have, right? No one's there to keep us from going full tilt. Although I will say when I'm streaming, I get a lot of help from the chat. It truly does help when you have that support, and you see here how important it is for Vejrgang. But whether it's lag, an opponent that's being a complete rat, or just completely unlucky plays that seems like everything's going against you, all these things that happen that can get you sidetracked, that can get you in that negative mindset, you just got to battle it, because many people just don't take it serious enough. That's one problem. Another one is, even if they take it serious, right, they get too upset, they get too negative. And I'm a prime example of that. You've seen it on stream. I'm a competitor, and I absolutely rage. And just nothing positive comes from that, right? Especially you're playing a ratty opponent, or you're playing someone who is just getting lucky, let's say. Whatever it is. Or maybe there's complete lag, like I said earlier. It's all equally annoying when you are playing the game the right way, or attempting to, and any one or a combination of these, or all 3 of these at once, start happening. It's hard not to rage, but nothing good can come from it. So the most important thing is lock in, stay focused, and battle through it. Doesn't matter if you go down 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, keep battling. And then if the game doesn't go your way, you have to leave it and move on, because not only can it hurt you to keep dwelling on a mistake that leads to a goal, or just a mistake period, or multiple goals, but if you keep dwelling on a game, it's going to lead to more losses, of course. And now you've turned what could have been 1 loss into 3 losses, 5 losses, whatever it is, or 1 goal against you into 3 goals, 4 goals, or even just 2 goals. You get what I'm saying. You have to move on. A mistake happens, you move on. A loss happens, you move on. No matter how hard it is. I can give you so many examples where I did this right, and I ended up having success afterwards, and guess what? That mistake wasn't even thought about anymore. It was a distant memory. But I've also done the opposite, where I was dwelling on a goal against, or a loss, or multiple goals against, whatever it is, and next thing you know, it compounds and it becomes a streak, right? It infests you like a cancer. So you must move on. It's so important. And why I bring that up is because you've seen Anders Vejrgang get scored on once, and then you saw the negativity and it festered, and he got scored on again, but he was able to lock in. That is key. Usually, when you start that momentum going towards the negative, it keeps going. Now, could it be because his team helped him? I guarantee that it at least played a part of it. But either way, you have to give him credit, because he is on the sticks, and he was able to stop the bleeding, which is very hard to do, especially playing at such a high level. You can almost see the game slipping away from him. And I want you to go back if you didn't notice it, but after the second goal by the opponent, what did you see? Anders says, man, there is terrible delay, and even asked his teammates, did you see it? And the reason why he did that is because sometimes you wonder, is it really delay? Am I just playing that bad? But you can tell easily, and his teammates weren't lying, you can see the delay. So I want you, if you didn't notice it, go back, not just Anders saying that, but go back and look at the game, and you could see the little drop frames in there, or whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever the official terms are, but you can see it. And then I want you to look at the gameplay, because if you've seen any of my previous videos and this doesn't happen to you, you can see what I'm talking about, right? To those rats that I've talked to before and they think it's all make-believe, you can actually see it where the opponent all of a sudden can keep the ball forever because you can't move quick enough, and the tackles you try to make are even delayed, where your shots, your passes, everything is just that much harder because it's delayed even just a little tiny bit, and it makes a difference. And it is not always both sides. It can absolutely just be one side. But you see here, Vejrgang was able to battle through it. So whether his teammates helped, which they absolutely did, but you got to give Vejrgang credit because he was on the sticks, and even against the momentum of the game, giving up 2 goals in a row, having those negative thoughts, saying I'm going to lose. He battled through it. He won the game, even with delay, with everything, right? And then he goes right over to the crowd that was talking against him the whole time, and you find out it was the opponent's parents, of all people. I got a kick out of that, but I just thought this was very important. You're talking the best football gamer of any football game, and he battles the same things we do. So I hope this can help you in the future when you're facing adversity. Just lock in, keep grinding, keep having fun, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.